Hey everybody, welcome back to Sylvia's Sweet Reactions, and today we are doing the Barbie movie. And yes, I know I'm a little bit late with doing this, but I eventually watched it when I had some free time. First and foremost, my books, Legacy Born, Demons Rising, are available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and BookBubs, any place that you get books. So, with the Barbie movie, I am going to do, Lord, I'm trying to adjust myself. I'm going to do a spoiler-free review, and then I am going to do a spoiler review. So, Barbie. This movie is pretty straightforward. Basically, America Ferrera, her character Gloria, found Barbies that her and her daughter Sasha used to play with, and she started doing designs and different stuff like that. And apparently the Barbie that she plays with is our Barbie, Margaret Robbie Barbie. So she starts thinking about death and like real life world stuff that she never thought about before. And that prompts her foot to go from standing on the hill to flat. So then they go to Kate McKinnon's weird Barbie to find out what's going on with her. And she tells her, basically, you got to go to the human world in order to find the person that plays with you, because y'all worlds are interlocking with each other. So apparently Barbie goes on this adventure trying to find out. Basically, she finds out the real world, and the real world is not as kind as, her world. She thought that, women Barbies basically helped women around the world, and it seems as though that's not the case, and she has like a journey that is real, I would say, personal and a little bit spiritual, because she's trying to figure out at towards the end of the movie, where do she belong? Now that she has been to the real world, now that she has met the person she played with, how does she get back to being traditional Barbie, basically? So overall, I have to say that the casting is amazing. I loved seeing Ryan Gosling play Ken. What's his name? Michael Cera. He plays Alan, Ken's friend, which really made it funny, because there are like a million Kens in all different shades and all different colors, and there's just one Alan doll. That one was like a running gag to me. That was freaking hilarious. But the characters as a whole, I believe that they are what they were, which was Kens and Barbies, and there's different variety of Barbies. There's President Barbie, there's Writer Barbie, Weird Barbie, Dr. Barbie, Physicist Barbie. There's like a million different Barbies. Mermaid Barbie, played by Dua Lipa. Like, there's millions and millions of Barbies. They were believable. It's like, you can tell it's cheesy, a bit for children, but it had a lot of serious undertones in the movie. I believe Margaret Robbie, Ryan Gosling, everybody, Issa Rae, America Ferrera, Will Ferrell, Nicola Callahan, I forgot, but she's Penelope in Bridgerton. There's a lot, and I mean a lot. Alexandra Shipp, I love her. Her as an actress, I love her. Simu Liu, I forgot what his name, how to pronounce his name correctly. I believe he was the the Rings, Shang-Chi. He was in that movie. Like this is like a well-studied cast. I'm not gonna remember everybody, but I believe that as a whole, the story, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. And that's because I feel like they could have dug a little bit deeper into the relationships between Barbie and human. And I feel like they missed the mark on that. They could have dove a little bit more about like what connects a Barbie to her the child that she's played with. Ken, I love Ryan Gosling's Ken. To me, he did a phenomenal job. He was a little bit of annoying. I'm not even going to lie. He was a little bit annoying, but he was funny as hell at the same time. Like I said, the characters were believable, so I give it that. The story as a whole was rarely a simple, straightforward. I'll give that like a 4 out of 5. I love that it wasn't a musical. I love that it was a musical, but it wasn't like in your face type of musical. It wasn't like every couple minutes, as somebody was saying, it was music in the story, but it wasn't over the top to me. Like, it was just enough for the tone of the movie. Now, for the spoiler version of this movie, I honestly felt for Ken. I felt bad for Ken because Ken is basically women in society. Everything is ran by the matriarchy. And there's literally a book, I forgot what the name of it, but there is a book that is like this toxic river in the middle. And then there's a matriarch on this side that women rule everything and men are basically inferior. And then you have on the other side of the river where men are very, very like dominant and prominent, patriarchy over on this side. And I forgot what that book was called, but it was really good. It was a series. So I'm like, I kind of felt bad for Ken. Like, just imagine us women and we're still not getting paid. We're still not getting paid equal wages. We're still not. That's crazy, right? Like, it's 2024 and we're still not getting equal pay. And it's crazy to think that, as you know, if we were to go to Barbie Land, and Barbie Land has everyone in charge. There's all women in charge of everything, doing all jobs. Kens are just there. They're just there to look at. They don't have a specific purpose. They don't have jobs. They don't have really anything. And I felt bad for Ken because then he goes to our world where it's still embedded in the patriarchy, and he goes kind of like, wow, I didn't know that we're important. We're important here. We have jobs. We can tell women to shush and go away. Women submit to us. Like, not necessarily, but that's like basically how he took it. And he brought that back to Barbie Land. And it's like crazy because the CEO of Mattel, Will Ferrell, Barbie literally said, go get Ken. And he's like, nobody's worried about Ken. We need you because you're Barbie. And it was just kind of regret that a little later on, because it's like if they would have grabbed him before then a lot of stuff probably wouldn't have happened. The second act wouldn't have happened at all. But I did feel bad for Ken because, he wanted to be important. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be heard, and he wasn't. And he has feelings for Barbie, and Barbie don't have feelings for him. And he knew that deep down inside. Barbie doesn't have a thing for nobody. She doesn't. But it's like funny because you could tell the other Barbies do kind of have a thing for certain Kens. And I was just like, dang, that's messed up. But like, you would think like Barbie, just tell him that you're not interested in him, but like they're Barbies. So to him, he's like, what am I without a Barbie? And then it was just like that realization where they have a conversation of being Kenuff. That shirt, man, it's funny. Being Kenuff, basically being enough is okay. Just being Ken. It was a lot of lessons like as a woman, you have to be fair. You have to be a feminist. You have to basically know your place. It's like a list of contradictory things that we learn as women in society, and it's frustrating and it's tiresome, and it's like it makes you want to pull your hair out. You have to be a career woman, but you have to also want to have kids, and you have to be a good mom, but you can't be too like, it's like so much stuff. I loved Barbie's journey. To me, Margot Robbie as Barbie, she was the perfect cast for Barbie. I love that they were like, oh, if you wanted us to believe she was ugly, you did wrong by casting Margot Robbie as Barbie because she's beautiful. It was funny. I love that they showed Barbie flowing down because no Barbie ever took the stairs or really the elevator. They're always picked up and moved to different places in the house because little kids. My daughter has a dollhouse. My daughter has a dollhouse, and she does not do that. She does not like, oh, okay, we're gonna go down the stairs. No, she picks up one of her Barbies and put them wherever, takes a shower. She throws them in the shower. She throws them in the clothing, the room, or whatever, the closet to get dressed. She does all that. So it's like, yeah, y'all were accurate with that doing the slides and all that stuff like that. The ending to me, when the Kens take over and there's like pandemonium and everywhere, and there's this like whole thing, like I honestly felt happy for Ken. Like, yeah, stand up for yourself. There is no issue with you standing up for yourself. And it's like, in a way, he did it. It wasn't a bad way, but I was so happy for him because it was just like, these women kind of like trample all over y'all, and like y'all are literally like objects to be observed and looked at and to play with. Y'all are not so important. And it was just like, when he asserted himself and was just like, yeah, how does that feel? It's guys' night every night because Barbie had girls' night every night. It was just like, how does that feel? Like that I have the house, I have the furniture, I have, you have nothing now. Because she didn't even know where the Kens sleep. And that was like messed up to me. I was just like, dang. So they're basically like, unless Ken and Barbie move in together, Ken doesn't have anything of his own. And I'm like, that's just so the ending, the fight between the Kens was hilarious. It was honestly hilarious. It was just like, why? And then this song, I'm Just Ken. I really liked that song only because it really emphasized the fact that Ken is they're not important to the Barbies. They're not. And I love the fact that they were just like, let's not go back to how things were. Give the Kens some jobs. Give them some property. That's where I was waiting on. Give them some property. Give them a house to live in. The Ken frat house or something like that. I was hoping they were going to do something like that. But Barbie's journey and realizing that she can't go back to just being a Barbie, that was hard even for me watching, to accept. Like, she has seen the real world. She knows basically the truth. And she can't go back to where things were. So I felt bad. I did feel bad. But like in the beginning, like when her and Ken traveled to our world and everybody was like objectifying her, and she was like, we have no genitals, like he does not have a vagina or whatever. It was like this whole thing. Honestly, I truly love the movie. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was good. See you later, you guys.